thank you everybody to join us in this last session of the day, and now at the time of the lunch. So thank you very much for being here. We will be short, but we will discuss a very important topic nowadays, also for boosting innovation, which is the public-private collaboration. And for that, we have here Albert Baldo from CARNET. So welcome. And my first question to you would be, what is CARNET?
Thank you so much and welcome everybody. As Mireia has said, my name is Albert Baldo, a senior project manager at CARNET. CARNET basically is a mobility research hub, future mobility, and we are located in Barcelona. We were constituted in 2015, so it's 10 years, and maybe afterwards we can comment on that. It's our anniversary this year, and basically we were founded 10 years ago, but three important institutions. We've been founded by SEAT, the car manufacturer, Volkswagen Group Innovation, and also the Technical University of Catalonia, the UPC. And we've collaborated a lot with EIT. We are very thankful for the support they've given us this past time. And I'm happy to share with you what are the tasks we're doing, how we are dealing with this public-private collaboration, and explain you more about our last projects we did.
Well, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
And well, now that you've already said that you've been 10 years doing this job, basically, of public-private collaboration, basically, as you mentioned, you are funded from the public and private sector. So maybe you can explain us what are the challenges on working on the public sector, and the private sector.
Yeah, perfect. So as I said, this public-private collaboration it's key in the work we are doing, and to also give you some insights of what's the role of each of these actors in this triple helix. Basically, from the university, what we get is this know-how, this all educational and all this knowledge that we need to investigate, because the challenges especially in urban mobility. So there's challenges identified, and for that we need solutions. And sometimes the solution might be already developed, and then the industry probably is offering it to the market, and then solving whatever we need to solve. But there's specific cases that all these challenges need a solution that might not be already clear, and here is where the university plays a key role, bringing all this new know-how to a real challenge that might be identified in the sector. That would be from the university side, but also being aware what's the capacities of the investigation sector or the research sector. For that, the industry is the one that will bring this solution to the market, and they will be dealing with the challenge, and also providing this solution and covering a specific need for a client, being able to accept this solution. And then also another super key stakeholder is the administration, because especially with the mobility, at the end, most of the solutions that we are offering or that we are providing needs to be applied somewhere. This is basically, and as EIT, in the cities, in the urban environment, and for that you need the administration permission, basically. And I think that this triple collaboration, someone bringing the know-how, the other ones bringing this product to the market, and then the administration accepting it, it's key. And also to be aligned on all the regulations, because maybe we can talk it further, but all these innovative solutions are that innovative that might lack of regulation. So the administration needs to be aware of, okay, what are you proposing, what are you suggesting? Let's be aligned, and let's find a way that the implementation that you are suggesting makes sense, and it also can fit in the urban environment where there's no just cars, there's plenty of actors, citizens, and a lot more that need to collaborate and co-live, basically.
Yes, yesterday we were just discussing about this. We had also two projects highlighted of our last innovation call, which were Sharmony and Soflit. And basically what we saw is one was demonstrating, or let's say integrating the technology into the public transport, which facilitated more than the other one, which it was integrating the solution into the infrastructure of the city. So basically we could see that. Yesterday we also talked about SICAM, and then how the different regulations of the different cities and different regions some kind of like barriers, right, to really fasten these innovations. But basically, to maybe better understand, we could you could highlight the project.
Yeah, for example, for this public-private collaboration we've talked about, from CARNET, we've participated in several projects, and some of them had basically this situation. So a solution coming from the university, I've been very involved in one, especially about autonomous logistics, that some years ago an investigation started where, as I said at the beginning, a challenge was identified. Okay, let's solve the last mile delivery issues in the cities, because logistic operators need to co-live and access to the middle of the city, and there's now we are looking that there are pedestrian zones. They are facing a lot of challenges, and we proposed an innovative solution, which was basically using autonomous ground vehicles, and this solution was also we collaborate with the industry to develop some prototypes, and at the end, once we had, so starting from this educational research, jumping to building the prototype itself, but then testing it with the administration, with the help of EIT, in organizing some pilots. And I think that this is one of the key aspects of this governance model if we want to foster the public-private collaboration, that we should support all these sandbox environments to test these solutions that we are proposing, because we as we also have a startup trying to offer this technology to the market, but all these companies offering a solution need to have the space to test it, and I think that for these pilots, demonstrations are crucial. And linking it to your questions, one of the projects I was very involved was one called LogiSmile, which was basically, once we had this autonomous delivery robot prototype developed, we had the chance to test it in different European cities like Esplugas de Llobregat. We went also to Germany. We've been also to Debrecen in Hungary, and there we had the place and the time to test our technology and validate together with the administration how we were offering the solution that we were testing, and also we had some results and some lessons learned, and identified a lot more, like it's not just about the technology, it's also receiving feedback from the final user. Okay, so right now we are seeing that all these packages that you are distributing around the city will be transported by a robot. Okay, but what's the feedback from these users? Are they willing to accept this technology? You need to show them what's the real value, and for that you need to have this public-private collaboration that allows you to show them why are you doing that, because you are there piloting and testing the product that you are offering.
Yeah, when we talked about the SICAM, normally, first we talked a lot about technology, infrastructure, etc. Now we talk a lot about public acceptance, of course, also legislation and business models and scalability. So now I understand you are in this point that you need to understand the public acceptance of having these robots into the city. you need to also work on these business models in order to that this pilot can become a service, right? And 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 for that you created the startup, right? The project finished 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And now you have well, you are like the CEO of Vaive, right?
Yes, we're together with my colleague Clemon. We are co-leading this startup, and we also co-found it. And basically, I think that that's the natural process of a project that, as I said, started at the university, was tested in the urban environment, and then right now with through this startup or spin-off, because it's created in the university, we are trying to bring the product to the market. And for that, I think that one of another key pillar for this public-private collaboration is also all this public funding that you can receive, because as you said, you've tested, you need to validate a business model, you need to validate that the technology really covers the need identified, and then once it's accepted, you need to scale it. And for that, any company need resources to do it, and this first push to enter the market, and then being able to scale the solution, not just in the doing pilots, but doing real deployments in the different cities. In this case, putting the logistics with autonomous solutions around.
Well, I'm very happy that EIT Urban Mobility helped you to also bring this solution, let's say, not to the market already, right? Because it's still maybe piloting, because maybe the market is still not ready in this sense. But I was also very happy to know that, as we said, you need a business model for that. Maybe the market is still not ready. Maybe there is still not the need of this solution in the market. But the technology is being used to cover another challenge of the market, in this case electrification. So I would really like that you explain our audience what is this project, which started in logistics, in well, for the challenge of having a more sustainable logistics in the city. So now, what is the challenge you are covering with the same technology?
Exactly. So I think that we are so at the end, the public space and the cities do have a need, but it's true that if you want to deploy any technology in public space, there's regulation that come with it, and this aspect, especially in Spain, is something that all these pilots should help demonstrate that, okay, it makes sense what you're doing, and sometimes, and most of the times, there's no regulation allowing you, for example, in this case, deploying autonomous ground vehicles. So with the help of all these demonstrations, we also are, because we've been in conversations with the DGT and other regulatory bodies to define all these regulations that should allow any CCAM vehicle, any CCAM technology operate in public environment, because it's not just your product being around, but co-living with all the citizens and other vehicles that you could face during your operations. So, as you said, there's a very innovative solution that we are proposing for cities. In other cities, in other countries, there's similar solutions already operating, but in our case, we've been testing it around, and something that we've decided is, okay, let's start working closely with private companies, because at the end, any controlled environment, like it could be a logistics center where they have their own regulation, deploying these type of technologies, in our case, is much easier than operating in the public environment. But yes, definitely. So we really believe in our solution. We have a strong commitment with the technology we've developed, and considering also the administration pace, because it's not the fastest one in terms of letting you deploy innovative solutions, but I think that it's a collaboration between everyone, so we can provide this technology, offer this technology, and maybe we won't start immediately with the public environment, but why not all these controlled environments, like it could be logistics operators where there's need to ship goods from a warehouse to another one, and why not using a solution that can help companies reducing costs and be more effective. And once I think that we've demonstrated, especially in all these controlled environments, and by controlled environments we could also talk about university campuses where there's not open traffic around or whatever. And once we've demonstrated with these controlled environments, let's jump to the public. Also, maybe the regulation is already there, and it's more easy for everyone to continue with our deployments.
Somehow the administration also needs to see the benefits of these innovations in order to then understand if it covers the need, and then also prepare the regulations. This is like a little bit how these nets started, right?
Yes, and it's a compromise between not just the having the best solution for logistic operators, but also giving the space for citizens to move around, to shift from private to public transport. Also, but at the end, the reason we continue working on it is because we truly believe that this solution might or will provide added value to the current situation of cities, because we've seen it, you've seen it as EIT Urban Mobility. Cities, the space is limited, and at the end, we need to create a system which is the most effective and optimized the better we can. And if these 2030 agendas, the super blocks in Barcelona that are giving priority to pedestrians, goods still need to be shipped and delivered, and that's something that we should cover somehow. And maybe if those, in this case, logistic operators are facing challenges in accessing specific areas in the city, especially in the city center, we should provide solutions. And one that we do really believe, and that's the reason why we are working on, it's these autonomous logistics that really could really help logistics operators in terms of costs, in terms of efficiency, and in terms of providing a solution that makes sense for the ecosystem.
A very interesting example, and this is exactly the example on how also, of course, the public sector needs to understand also the needs of the industry, and the other way around, because at the end we want to create and to propose solutions that covers both. And thank you very much. I would like to open if you would like to have any question. Sure.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Your case is really interesting, and I'm very glad to hear such positive collaboration that expanded with the help of EIT. My question would be, in your opinion, as the startup has been just launched, is your model replicable to other customers, other profiles of customers, and other contexts, or maybe geographic locations?
Yes, definitely. That's what we are working to provide a solution that it's scalable. If not, I think that it does not make sense. And yeah, I mean, talking about these public deployments, I think that even if the urbanistic background or urbanistic concept from each city might be different, and that's something we've realized testing and deploying in different cities. Some of them have more pedestrian areas, others still have this open traffic access for private vehicles. But yeah, at the end, our final goal is being able to operate in the city centers, and by the city centers is being aligned with the Agenda 2030, where sorry, this priority will be given to pedestrians, and for that we should provide a solution that could collive with the with the stakeholders or with all these pedestrians that are around. But again, this comes with a regulation that at some cities is still not defined, and for that, I think that other markets that we could work are these private environments, and by private environments, I think that obviously a new world opens because the needs might be a bit different, but at the end, what we are providing is a solution that could help optimize the transshipment of goods, which is a need, even if you are a company willing to move your goods, or you are just someone who has ordered online and wants the package to arrive to his home. And I think that everyone buys online. Most of the cities have last mile delivery services, and even if it's cyclologistics, the current solutions giving an alternative to these combustion vans that right now all logistic operators are using, I think that at the end the system will be adapted to a system where priority. So the system is optimized in the sense that we will be using all these urban hubs, and from there we will be covering the last mile delivery, and we hope to see our solution being involved in the system with autonomous ground vehicles.
I hope so. Any other question? No? So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a nice end of the fair.
Thank you too for the opportunity.